Sorry, I'm still trying to get everything situated. Good evening, everybody. Um, Give me a couple minutes, and that'll give some time for people to jump on. Um, let's see. Yeah, I won't do that. Okay. If you guys are live in Facebook, YouTube, drop some comments so that way I can see you guys. Um, I see some people are starting to pop on. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening from Vegas. Awesome. Hey, y'all. Um, so for those that are new to this live, y'all know your girl is not the most tech savviest. And I didn't even mean to press start. I thought like I was testing which outlets that I was on. And then a little theme popped up. It was like, oh, you are live. So, that happens. But thank y'all for joining. You guys, I am doing a pop-up live Q&A. Tuesday nights, you guys, for those that don't know, are our normal live training slash Q&A moments, right? So either I bring on a guest or I bring on myself. I'm doing a live training or Q&A or something like that. Last Tuesday was a super, super good training, was on Google My Business, you guys. Oh my goodness, that training was phenomenal. And for those that attended that training, y'all already know it was so, so good. Like so good. Um, like everything that I thought I knew about Google My Business, like I had no idea. Y'all know that movie, that saying, like you thought you knew, but you had no idea. That was like my level of ignorance with Google My Business, like that insane, that insane. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm getting it together. Let's see. But I do want to say though, for those that are waiting patiently, I want you guys to start dropping some questions. That way, when we do get started, we'll be ready to roll. Is this a slow season? I need some leads. I'm scared to door knock. No, love, don't door knock, okay? And then also don't be scared, okay? There is waves, all right? I always I kind of feel like this isn't a actual slow season, right? But it's kind of like that in between to where like the summer just ended, people's kids are back to school, like people are now trying to get caught up with like their everyday routine. Or at least I know that's in my house, right? So sometimes things fall between the cracks, but that's also why it's super, super, super important to start trying to convert your one-timers to reoccurring, because that's what helps, right? And then also depends on what marketing platforms you're using. So drop some marketing platforms you're using just in the comments so that way I can see what you're currently using. And let's see. I have some. You have some? Okay. And that's okay. Like it takes time to build that number up. But like where are you currently trying to get leads from? And let me know that. Like, what platform are you trying to get leads from at this moment? Yes. Okay. Hey, I see some more people are hopping on. You guys, welcome. I'm doing a pop-up live Q&A. I'm just waiting for my tablet because I need to get on another device and then I can start because I did not do this right. But yes. Good evening. Good evening. So you're using Thumbtack and Facebook. When you say Facebook, do you mean, hey, I need my tablet. Can you bring me my tablet, please? When you say Facebook, are you doing Facebook ads or just like Facebook on, yes, come in, or Facebook like, what am I saying? Not Facebook ads, like just like Facebook groups and some Airbnb groups. When you do Airbnb, just are you doing like the typical Airbnb pricing or do you do your normal pricing? Because sometimes I notice that when people are trying to do the fence with trying to do both Airbnb and residential and they're not like stuck in one and like they're not targeting one lane, it can be hard with your pricing, especially because most Airbnb pricing models are much more lower than a regular residential, right? Unless like an Airbnb, what's the person looking like? Not tenant, but like owner or whatever, like doesn't know, and they just happen to get, like an Airbnb. Like, hey, I got an Airbnb. I need my house clean, and they don't typically know like real Airbnb cleaning pricing models, because the cleaning price point is different because the type of cleaning that's done with those services are different too. I do. Thank you so much.
But I have to read.
Yes, you can. Sorry, y'all. That was a little pause moment for Jay Savory. Okay. But yeah, so that can be sometimes hard. So like it's like if you want to do Airbnb, that's super awesome. But Airbnb, where you're gonna make the money at is in quantity. Is that right? Yeah. Quality, yes. Quality is what's gonna keep your clients, right? But quantity is where you're going to make your profits, right? Miss Mila, she is our Airbnb cleaning coach inside the academy. And I remember I was having a conversation with her one day and she was telling me like how many cleanings she does a month. And I thought I forgot, but then I thought I remembered, and then I remember I quoted it, and everybody was like, "No, that can't be right." And she had came back and did like a follow up Q&A, and I was like, Mila, you said you guys like on your most busiest like average month, you're doing like 1,000 cleanings a month, right? She was like, yeah, that's correct. She was like, it can go like to 1,200. So it was like that number to regular residential clients seems so like, oh my God, like 1,200 cleanings, like what in the world you're doing, right? But the cleaning is done so differently. Most times when you're working with Airbnb only, you want to try to get into that frame to where you work with the company and they have like 80 units, 130 units inside of like a condo complex, right? And so you're cleaning between that window of what is it, 12 to 3, that turnover window. So where you have a group of cleaners, heck of cleaners coming in, and they're doing turnover cleans between that window. So like, okay, yeah, it's not bad when you're doing like 80. And then the thing about it is like, you want to see if they have that same amount of build or units in another building, right? And that's sometimes what it is. They'll have units in this building and then building down the street and the building down the street. And then you have these massive cleaning teams at each building, and two to three cleaners doing one room, and they just like going down the line. And then that's when you're getting your quantity. So you're like, okay, I can see why I'm charging $80, $70 for a 2-bedroom unit, right? Where if you look at those numbers and you do regular residential pricing according to your website, you're gonna be like, oh no, this is like $190, $150 type of service. So I'm not charging you 80, but I can say this, you guys, because this was me. I remember pre-COVID, I had got asked to same thing. Somebody sent me a message, asked if I do short-term rental. And this was before like Airbnb was super popping anyways. They asked me if I can do short-term rental. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, can you come by and look at the project? Because I have a lot of units that I want to assign you to. And I want to show you like what I'm looking for, what would be required, and all the things. And I told my husband, like, this guy seemed kind of creepy, so I need you to come with me to this meeting. And he came with me, and it was a very nice building. And he, same thing, he did the layout. He was like, this is what all needs to be done. I need pictures. And you need to let me know if something is broken, missed, or lost, or I mean, it was that. He was like, I got 80 units in this building and I have 3, down the street. And I remember, this is like small thinking, Jasmine. Okay. I remember him giving me his price sheet. And I looked at the price sheet. I thought that man was crazy. I was like, oh, you the fool. I ain't the fool. You the fool. Right. And after talking to Mila years and years and years later, I wasn't no fool, but I realized how the game worked. I didn't understand how the game worked. And so that was just my level of ignorance because I just didn't know. So that's why I always say, like, if somebody wants to really, really get into Airbnb, you can kill it in Airbnb. But if you're trying to price on the model of Airbnb pricing, then it's really quantity, like how many jobs and like trying to find those right people and those right contracts. I'm sorry, I kind of went into like this spiel, but I just really wanted you guys to know because it's not a bad place to get into. It's just you just have to know what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, more deep cleans. I love move out cleans. And the thing is, like, try to find the right people to partner with. So if you are wanting to partner and do move in and move out cleanings, then partner with local real estate. I was having a conversation with somebody today about this. Like, use LinkedIn. You guys, LinkedIn is like an amazing tool, okay, to utilize to try to network and market with the right connection. So real estate agents, property managers, apartment complex owners and managers, and like getting into that space, moving companies, right? Painting companies, even visiting. I was talking to them this morning. I was like, have you tried to go and visit? Because they were here in Texas, in North Texas. And if y'all in North Texas, y'all know that new developments are popping up left and right, right? They just pop, 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 pop like in popcorn. Like, go to the site and see who is doing their what is it called, third round cleaning, right? That's basically like the final cleaning. This is like, there's 3 rounds to like post construction cleaning. There's a first one where there's like dust and debris and big stuff all over the place. That's not really our lane. Okay. That's because like you need a big dumpster and you're picking up stuff and doing all things. Second one is like medium to that. That's still not your lane. Now, if you want to partner with a junk removal company and you guys find a partnership and y'all do that together, they pick up, remove, and y'all clean, then boom, right? But the third level is like the sweet spot because all that heavy dust and debris stuff we're not having to deal with. So if you are trying to find leads without having to spend so much, try using LinkedIn and just messaging everybody. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, and is Facebook on here? I can't see your guys' questions. I think that happened last time where I have to actually go on to Facebook and then I'm trying to get into the community and that's not even working either. But I understand that's what happens sometimes. I'm gonna find another way. I'm gonna find another way. Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. For those that are just joining on, this is a pop-up live Q&A. Okay. If you guys are in the Facebook group, for those that are on YouTube, and for those that are YouTube that's not on the email list, please, you guys, get on the email list, okay? Because I've been emailing you guys out like crazy because your girl just turned 37, okay? I know I don't look like it, okay? I'm just blessed. But there's a lot of different changes that's coming about with the CO Clean Academy starting in October, which is the last quarter of the year. And I wanted to like really celebrate my birthday with you guys and offer some really crazy deals for those that are wanting to get in. And I'm like, for those that need a sign, that's like waiting on a sign to start your business, to join the CO Clean Academy, to learn all the things you need. Look, y'all, everything that I just talked about with post-construction and everything that I just talked about with Airbnb is in the academy, like in detail, in videos and PDFs and bidding calculators. Okay. There's a whole post-construction training inside the academy. There's commercial cleaning, government contracts, student turnover. We have another student turnover class coming in the end of October because those that don't know, it's like a wave when you try to get those contracts. So the next wave will be opening up. And we're going to have another training that talked about how last season went. And our trainer, Miss Tamara, she is our student turnover trainer. And she helped several students secure 100K contracts, y'all. And like for work that was done like in a matter of a couple of weeks. So she's going to be coming and talking and preparing those that are wanting to hop on and do the next wave, because it'll be time for bidding season for those for like the winter season, right? So bidding will start end of October, November, secure your contracts in December, start cleaning in January, okay? Get paid in February, okay? Um and yeah, so like really, now this is a smaller season, but I was telling her, because I was talking with her yesterday, and I was telling her that even though this is a smaller season, I think this is going to be really good for those that's just getting in this space, and they won't get overwhelmed. One of the persons, they had over 2,000 rooms that had to be cleaned, right? 2,000 rooms. So for somebody that's just starting off in that space, like, oh my goodness, like you'll want to sign the contract immediately, right? You'll see six figures on one contract that you're going to get immediately. You're going to be, enticed, you're going to sign it, but then the work that's going to come with it, you might get a little overwhelmed, and it's okay. Like I personally would get overwhelmed. So I was saying that even though this is a smaller season, I still think it's going to be very beneficial for the community, because then they'll be able to come in here and get their feet wet and still really learn about that. And then be, by next turn, they'll be like fully ready. So yeah, I think that's going to be good. But yeah, let me get back to what I was saying. So with the CEO Clean Academy, the change that's coming, you guys, is I am getting rid of the monthly membership option. I know. So the monthly membership option is going away, and it'll just be a one-time fee to get into the academy. But you'll have lifetime access. Now, one thing with me, you guys, I appreciate every legacy member, every person that has been loyal to the community. So whenever I do make a change to the community, it never affects anybody where they're currently at. So when you're in, as long as you stay in. If you come in with the monthly membership and you're continuing to maintain your monthly membership, then you win there. Okay. You don't have to worry about like me changing, be like, hey, boo, remember you signed up for monthly? Well, now, that's no longer an option. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so I am opening up this window basically for those that want to get into Side of the Cleaning Academy with the membership option. Okay. And I'm also doing something super, super dope for the lifetime access. Okay. Because with the lifetime access, the price point has not yet fully been disclosed, but I am allowing people to get in right now for only $597. And I will tell you that it is much, much cheaper than what it's going to be. I have added so much value to this course since I even changed it to the membership model. And for those that attended, you guys, are last Tuesday when we had Steve teach on Google My Business. He is going to be a reoccurring trainer, and he's going to do a training once a month and teach us all things about SEO and Google My Business training. He is a student of the Academy, and I don't know his current numbers, but as of last Tuesday, he was at 32,000 in a matter of 9 weeks. So he made $32,000 in his cleaning business in a matter of 9 weeks. And I know you guys are probably saying, well, yeah, duh. Like, he knows marketing. He's an SEO expert. He's a Google My Business expert. Like, he does this for a living. But can I tell you guys a little thing though that we didn't even talk about in the class? His first 20K he made off of Thumbtack. So I know that Thumbtack is a love-hate relationship, and I understand that Thumbtack can go in waves, and I understand Thumbtack can matter on your location, and Thumbtack is not, kind to everybody, but he did do that off of Thumbtack. And then the last like 15 or so, he had the help with Google My Business. So I was like, Steve, you have to come teach the community how to do this. And he was like, I don't know. Like, it's like, it's a lot to learn. I was like, just teach us. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So his training has been added to the course. And I think this is really going to be able to set us up our businesses apart from other companies within our local area with being able to utilize Google My Business. And you know the best part about it though, like I haven't even said the best part about it. The best part about utilizing Google My Business and really learning how to maximize and optimize your Google My Business. And for those that's like, what is Google My Business? Let me kind of rewind. You guys, you know when you're on Google and on the very top you have your sponsored ads, right? They're like listed on the top, or actually they're guaranteed ones, right? They're listed on top. Different cities and different areas is going to be different spaces, but it'll be on top, right? And then you have your sponsored ads, and then you have that little map pack, right, where like it'll list different companies. And this will normally pop up in your search when you're like such and such near me, right? I always be like Target near me. And then like it'll bring up all the targets in a little map pack. That is your Google My Business area. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but when I am searching for something or looking for something, I'm kind of bypassing the sponsored. I'm kind of bypassing um the guaranteed. I'm going straight to that map pack, right? And that is the Google My Business sweet spot. And the best part about it is you don't have to pay. Like when somebody clicks on that to find you, you don't have to pay for that, which is phenomenal. Okay. So you're able to bring in a crazy amount of business without having to have such a high marketing budget. So that is what he is going to be teaching inside of the community. Okay, you guys, I think I kind of figured this out. It's going to look really different. Super, super different. It looks really weird. I need to get a stand or something. Okay. I don't know. Thank you guys for all those that's like, dealing with all the shenanigans while I'm trying to figure this out. Be like, so what happened was, okay, somebody said, do you need an LLC and insurance if you want to target so for apartment complex, if you're going to be working as a vendor, then they do require, I don't know if it's like an LLC they require, but I do know that they do require like insurance. I don't know what kind. I think also they recommend also sorry, my hair. What is it? Workers' comp. Now, the only thing is I don't know if they require you to keep workers' comp because technically you have W-2s. I'm sorry, 1099 and not W-2s. So that's part I don't know. Now, we do have an apartment training inside of the CO Cleaning Academy. There's some more details on that in that training, but I don't really know because I haven't really done that before. But I do know that they do require something to be on their vendors list, and different apartments will require something different. Hello, for those that are on, this is not going to work. I don't like this on here. Sorry. Hey, y'all in the academy. I know you guys can't see me, or like it's like really weird. I'm having some issues with my Zoom, and I thought this was going to work, but it's not working. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to try to figure something else out with this Zoom. Hold on. How do you to become a vendor, you basically just want to reach out to them, right? Now, I don't know if you guys ever like have been in sales, right? like old school, like door knocking sales, like bring donuts and coffee and like bagels kind of sales. So when you're trying to get on a vendor's list for apartment complex, whether it's for their move out cleaning or you just want to be one of their established vendors for like luxury apartments, right? They offer like these concierge services to where if somebody requests a cleaning, they will actually call down to the lobby and then they will call you. So there's, depending on what kind of unit you're trying to, contact, um, it's still all the same though, right? Even for like student turnover, you want to actually, if you can, visit the properties. And she talks about this in detail. This is the only reason why I know this, because she talks about this in the training. Like actually go to the property, show your face, leave some cards, let them put a name to the face. So when you do call to follow up, they know exactly who you are, right? Um, and then you'll want to follow up. Now different companies have different procedures though, so you just want to just call them or stop by if you can, bring them some treats, leave your cards, and because they may tell you, oh, you have to call corporate, or you have to call this number, or you have to call the property manager who's not on site, but you can call this number. But basically just reaching out to them, asking if you can get on their vendors list, and then finding out what are their requirements. um and then when you do that, then you just do all the requirements, you get on their list, and then however they do the things. But remember, with apartment, you guys, it's very similar. Their pricing is very similar to Airbnbs, where they're going to be like, okay, awesome. Well, we're going to pay you $60 for a 1 bedroom, $80 for a 2 bedroom, move out clean. And they want all appliances clean. And it's, you know what I mean? Like that's the type of pay that will come with that kind of service. And the hopes is that you get quantity, where like they may have like 10 move outs in a day, right? Or 20 move outs a week, depending on the property size. And then also you have to take in consideration of how you're going to pay your cleaners, right? Are you going to pay your cleaners flat rate, like per unit as well? Or are you going to pay your cleaners, or are you going to pay your cleaners percentage, or you know what I'm saying, because it's very different. And then are you going to allow your regular residential cleaners clean those, because they may say like, oh sure, I can go ahead and clean a 3 bedroom 2 bath and get 100 versus getting 30 or 40 and doing all of this. So when I was tapping into that space of trying to figure that out, like my thought process was that I would have to have separate teams. I would have to have a separate team that they only did this and only knew the price they would get paid for this. And then my residentials would only get paid for this, because I was worried that if they knew how much they could get paid in the regular house, then they wouldn't. And then that's why I didn't fully go into that space, because I was like, I can just do like 5 houses and get paid the same amount of money that I would cleaning all of these move outs, and then having to like they have to be super clean, and the department will come and inspect, and if they don't like it, then you got to come back. Like that was my thought process. I'm stuck in a place of fear to go live with my business. Any recommendations of taking the first initial leap? Tisha, look, love, I just leap. Just close your eyes and leap, okay? I always notice that the enemy will try to attack where we're most supposed to be prosperous at. So fear, right, is not supposed to be part of our makeup. Okay. So if it is, we then know why it's trying to stop us. And sometimes the only way to be able to get comfortable by doing a thing is to do a thing. I was talking to my son, and like he has all of these aspirations and all of these things he wants to do. And I love it, right? He's young and he's ambitious, and I love it. But I'm like, he's like, I want to be this and I want to be this, but like he doesn't want to do anything. I'm like, well, you got like in order to be the things, you have to do the things. Like if you want to be disciplined, then you have to practice being disciplined. You don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna be disciplined today. No, you have to actually make continual, constant effort to wake up to do the actual thing, right? So with me, I can super identify with fear, right? Because of what I'm doing right now. Like when I first started the CEO Cleaning Academy, I was scared out of my mind. Like I am such a like homebody, like introverted type of person. I am so serious. Like I do not like speaking. I used to hate the way my voice sounds, right? At all. But I knew that I was meant to do this. So I just did it scared. I literally just pressed play and did it scared. And I still be scared. Okay. Like y'all, this is still, I still be scared out here, but I choose not to allow it to hold me back. The one thing that really helped change my mind was I saw this quote. I saw this quote on Instagram one day, and the quote said, there is somebody out there that is doing everything that you want to do, that is more successful than you are, not because they're more knowledgeable, not because they're better, simply because they just decided to do it. And that really was like a punch in the gut because I'm like, man, like I know what I know. Like I know I could do this really well, but I'm just allowing fear to hold me. Like I know I'm meant to be more, but I'm allowing fear to hold me back. So when I saw that quote really just punched me in the gut. And I was like, oh, never, never again am I going to allow fear to hold me back because I'm just meant to do so much more. And I just think about all of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students that have joined the CO Clean Academy that would not have if I did not do it scared. So it was like that quote, right? These little quotes and cliches, people think they're so corny and old, but it's like, do it scared. Just do it scared, press a button, okay? And over time, by you doing the things, it's going to get easier. It's going to feel better. Like you'll get a little bit better. It's all in practice, okay? For those that are on YouTube, if you guys ever like go watch some of my first YouTube videos, then my most recent YouTube videos, like you'll see some growth. I need to go redo some videos because oh yeah, you'll see some growth. And it's so funny because people will like comment on the first ones and they'll be like, oh my God, like you're talking too much. Like just get to the point. And I'm like, can I get some grace here? Like, am I not giving you some information? Like, can I get some grace here? Right. But you know, it's all a part of the growing process. Do it scared. Yes, Leslie said do it scared. Do it scared, love. You got it. And keep me posted. You totally got it. I promise you do. It all just seems like a lot. I'm trying, but it's overwhelming with all the information just starting out. And it can be, right? And it totally can be a little bit overwhelming because it's like, where do I need to start? Like, you know, people be like, do I need to hire first? Do I need to find clients first? Am I cleaning? Or are they cleaning? W-2 or 1099, right? That's why I always say, like, start with the foundation first, right? Learn and know what you're going to do so that way you have some clarity because you can't think without clarity, right? And don't try to rush it. Now, yes, I'm always going to encourage people to not fall in that analysis paralysis situation, right? Where like they'll get stuck trying to figure things out because it's never going to be perfect to start, and you're going to consistently evolve and grow as you learn. So you have to start somewhere, right? But I know this is like goodness. I'm saying don't rush it, but like take your time. And yes, so just find that middle, like have some clarity, understand what you're doing, but don't take too much time because what you're thinking that you're going to have perfect and you'll end up changing within the next couple of months. You'll be like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do it this way. Or I see this has happened. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change this. So yeah. How do you have any tips on cold calling and getting first leads? So Um, I don't really cold call. Sorry, y'all. I know I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Okay, I don't really cold call. So majority of the leads that we get coming in is either going to come from Thumbtack, Google LSA, Google My Business, um, Yelp. I mean, I don't use Yelp, but Yelp same falls into the same category. Bark, if you're utilizing Bark. But I really don't do any cold calling. Cold calling. Now, cold calling, I feel like fits more in the like commercial space. Now, if you're wanting to get into like finding, making partnerships for like move out cleanings, even then I didn't do cold calling. I guess I did cold emailing or cold messaging on LinkedIn. I felt like it was much more of a easier flower connection, and then if they were interested, then we can get on a call and talk. But yeah, not really cold calling. Now, like I said, I do have sales experience. I just don't know, like, I guess my thinking, and if you can let me know if you're referring to residential or commercial, because if you're talking residential, I don't want to know where the leads are coming from. But if you're thinking about for like commercial, like I was saying right there, is it just about creating a script, right? With cold calling and sales, is about staying consistent and follow up, consistent and follow up. So you have in your script, you have your list, right? Like, don't get your feelings hurt when you get a no. Don't get your feelings hurt when they get mad. Like, if it's a hard no, then I take them off the list. If it's like, they just having a bad day, I'll call them back later. Then I normally would like color code them with the highlighters, so like a yellow, like they own yellow. We just gonna put them on pause, and I'm gonna call them back next month. Okay. But yeah, and then just following up. That's all that is about. I think I missed some questions on the top. Um, Next door. Yeah, next door is pretty good too. And then also you can get like they have like ads as well. Like you can sign up for next door ads as well. Um Does my company sell leads? No, my company does not sell leads. Now, if this is for now, Kendall, and if you want to send me an email at info@ceocleaningacademy.com, Kendall, who is our commercial trainer, he has like a lead generation platform. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just scrolling up, make sure I didn't miss any questions. She said, I literally went through all the resources and you laid it out. I did. It's an arsenal of minimum. Oh, thank you. No, I thank you so much. I appreciate that feedback. And then you guys, I'm working on the Cleaning Academy course 2.0 because I feel like it's really good information. There's a lot of information in there, but I really want to make it like a really good step-by-step guide and kind of not leave out anything unsaid to where like you're having to assume or I don't want to say think, but you're having to assume like what belongs in that gap. And I really wanted to close in those gaps with the 2.0 course, and it's super, super detailed. And then also like some of the videos inside the academy, they're like long. So if I'm talking about sales or Thumbtack, right, I'm talking about all of them. But with the new academy, I'm kind of breaking it down more, one step at a time. So it'd be like shorter, smaller clips. So if we're talking about onboarding your cleaners or how to find your cleaners, I'm talking about each step and much more detailed. Because somebody said, like, it can be overwhelming. So I really want to kind of take that fear and that overwhelmingness out of the course and kind of make it much more simplistic, but still with all the great details for anybody to be able to learn this and just like take it and run and totally kill it. Okay, we're getting some people. Hello, Zoom. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. We are having problems with Zoom, and I'm still having problems with Zoom. Okay. Snap it. I don't know what's going on with Zoom. Sometimes you hate Zoom, sometimes you love Zoom. Can you service clients out of your service area? Like if I open a business in Florida, can you service those clients in New Jersey? Yes, you totally can, right? So this is a remote type of business, right? I have one of my business mentors, he actually lives in Japan and his cleaning company is in California. Okay. Now there's some more challenges now that comes with this, only because what is it? Only because of Google My Business. Google My Business um doesn't allow you to use virtual addresses anymore, right? So that's the only challenge that comes along with that. Now, there's a couple of different options. Now, Steve, who is our Google My Business trainer, he says that, now this is a risk. I'm not telling you guys to do this. Okay, this is my disclosure, because don't be don't be having the Google police coming after me. Okay. But he says he just goes into a shopping plaza, in a busy shopping plaza where there's a lot of companies, and he finds an address and he uses that address. Now, I don't know how that comes into play with the video. That's just what he suggested. So I don't know. Take heed for it. Now, I am planning to open up another location in another state. We just opened up one in Virginia, and I'm planning to open up another one, right? And this is the problem that I'm having as well. So the only I don't want to say ethical, but the only like thing I could think to do is to literally go open up an office suite and pay that office suite and utilize that as my address to have my other location. Now, I do plan to rent the space out, like co-lease the space out, so that way I'm not having to be totally out of the pocket with that. But yeah, I think that was my plan that I've decided that I'm going to have to do for that other location. But besides that hiccup, is totally manageable. My first location was in Arizona, and this was before Google My Business wasn't tripping, and I literally set up the whole thing online here in my office. I was able to do the little photo card with the verification number and open the whole time. I had all my interviews. I never met a client, never met a cleaner, and ran a very successful business. Very so successful that somebody wanted to buy it out. And so yeah, so it totally can be. Like I said, the only thing is with your Google My Business with having to do the address situation. But other than that, you're fine. Okay. Any more questions, you guys? Please ask more questions. What percentage split would you recommend when you're contracting other cleaner companies? So I think a couple of different things go into this question. One is do some market research, see what the average pricing is going or average pay is going for in your area, right? Also take into consideration your pricing, right? Because you can offer them 50% or 60% or 70%, but what are they getting 70% of? And I've noticed that a lot more cleaners, when we're having interviews, a lot more of them are asking for the price points. Like, well, what are you paying? They want to know what we are charging for our cleaning services. So you just want to take that into consideration, because then in the past, the normal rate would be 50-50, right? But because of economical changes and cost of living, like me, for my companies, we went up to 60-40. And that's what I've also recommend other one-on-one clients that I've worked with, or done for you clients that I set up. I suggest that they do a 60-40 split. But it's very important to know your prices, making sure that your prices are competitive for your market, because they're going to want to know Well, what am I getting 60% of? Am I getting 60% of 200, 300, 100? Because that's going to make a big difference. I have a virtual address that I have been trying to get verified. So now it makes sense why they keep, yes. You guys, here, I don't know what this phrase is called. PA, public service announcement, PSA. Google My Business is not accepting virtual addresses, like at all. They are not accepting any virtual addresses at all. Okay. So for those that are having problems getting their Google My Business approved, they are not accepting virtual addresses. So if anything, I would recommend utilizing your own home address. Okay, you will mark it to where, like, you would mark the option to where, like, this business is not done at my home, is done on customers location or on customers on site, on whatever, right, that option says. So your address won't be visible, right, but you'll be able to do that verification video. Okay, and if you're inside the CEO Clean Academy, there is a sample of what to do in that video and step by step. And I did this whole layout on Google My Business because they are not approving virtual addresses anymore. Do you give them the exact number of what you profit? Wouldn't that be your business? You mentioned cleaners are asking information. How do you handle that? So no. So I just tell them that they would get. I'm gonna do easy numbers, okay? So yeah, so I can be like, okay, yeah. So for our 4-bedroom, 2-bath, standard cleaning, it goes for 300. We pay our cleaners 50% of the total job amount, so you would get 150. So that's pretty much like my verbiage of what I would say when I'm telling them how much they would get paid. And I don't mind them asking questions. Like I try to keep very open, front, and honest with them. Even when I'm running a discount, I let them know, like, hey, you guys, I'm currently running a promotion to bring in new clientele. I'm offering 20% off to clients who want to sign up for reoccurring or want to sign up for a deep clean, right? So if you see a change in the pricing that you would get paid for a normal service, this is why. But this is so we can bring in more clients, right? And because I'm working with 1099 contracts, we don't do forced dispatching. They have the liberty to choose what they want to pay and what they don't want to pay. So I just, you know what I mean? Like I don't do any forced dispatch. So like it's no point in me trying to hide the fact that I gave them a discount or I gave them a deal. Like I gave them a deal that they are getting a percentage off, but also you're getting paid. And this is how I bring in new clients. I was getting very low amount of calls on Google or people that were only price shopping. Yelp didn't work out for me at all. Going live on Thumbtack in the next 2 weeks. So yes, Yelp. With Yelp, the thing with Yelp, you guys, is Yelp. I always recommend that you don't go live on Yelp until you get like 10 to 9 reviews that have stuck, like 5-star reviews that have stuck, because Yelpers love Yelpers and they want to see reviews. Yelp is heavy on reviews, heavy on authentic reviews. So you can't even go ask your cousin, your grandma, your nanny, like nobody to go leave fake reviews because they're just going to hide them. So with Yelp, you have to just get some Yelpers, right? Even when you are providing cleaning services. Now, yes, you can ask them like, hey, if you love their services, please leave a review on Yelp. And if they are a Yelper, they're already going to leave it. So you really have to grow your Yelp organically. I don't know no other way around it. I've tried many different ways. With Google, are you saying with Google LSA or like Google My Business or Google Ads? Because there's a difference. Google Ads is like a PPC type of ad where you're paying per click. So like those are heavy on the window shoppers, right? Because they just want to just click to see what the price is, right? Google LSA, I don't mind Google LSA if I don't close a lead, because at least I'm capturing their information and I could follow up with them later. I'm going to get their phone number and I have their name and I can put them on a text automation marketing, and I can follow up with them later, right? Because one day they're going to need me again. I know they're looking for cleaning services, right? So one day they're going to need me. But yeah, for Thumbtack, okay, Google LSA. Yeah. So like the same thing, just maximize that with following up. I'm not sure if you were on earlier, I talked a lot about like following up and like having your list and following up, because like y'all, the money back is in the follow-up. I'm so serious about that. There's a whole training inside that on that topic, because I've had so many leads to where like they don't close, and then months later, like they're like, hey, are you guys still running that deal? Like, no, but I can help you out right here, right? And with Thumbtack, the thing with Thumbtack and pretty much all of those type of lead generation platforms is you want to make sure that you are your response time is like instant. I mean, like within seconds, you guys. And I'm so serious on that because other people are, right? Like you'll be able to look on the competition, like when a lead comes in, you'll be able to look and see what was a time rate received, right? Was it 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute? I just did a tally up on one of our VA clients, right? One of our VA clients, he has a company, and he's a newer company, and I think he did like 4,800 this week. One of his jobs, I was shocked. I had a text my business partner for Vision VA. I was like, did he just get a job? He had a job, like all of his jobs are really high. Like it was like 533, 630. And then he had a job for like 1,068. So one job was $1,000 and 68, $1,068, right? And I've been, we really train our VAs to like response time, right? And to follow up. So like don't hesitate and don't wait. If you are responding to that lead and you message them in the app, close them in the app. If they respond back to you, close them in the app. Don't try to get all fancy and get them on the phone and you want to give them some nice spiel. Like, no, close them wherever you're talking to them. Okay. If they don't respond immediately within the app, then text them. If they don't respond in text, call them, okay? Because they're looking for you. And if you don't reach out to them first, somebody else will, okay? So those are like my biggest tips for Thumbtack. And then also great customer service. Customer service is going to outwin any other person, because people still really do look for that genuine kindness. That's kind of a lost art. So if they leave a message and they're putting some verbiage in the comments, like respond to that they will appreciate you responding to that. Mention them by their first name. So if it's Lisa put in a quote for a 3-2 deep clean, right, with the fridge and an oven. Be like, hey Lisa, I'd be definitely glad to be able to provide that cleaning services for you. What's the best day and time that you want to get done, right? Like use that time to put in their first name and then your response, and then you can get all technical and close the lead. What's the best platform to hire cleaners? Oh, good question. For me personally, I love Craigslist. Um, yeah, right now it's Craigslist. Craigslist and Facebook groups second. Craigslist, Facebook groups. Because I like to work with independent contractors, right? Like I want to go where they are at. So I'm looking to partner with cleaners that are already providing the service, that does an excellent job with this service. They just don't have the clientele. So I'm going to go look where they are advertising their services. And yes, people still use Craigslist. I know it's crazy. I didn't even think so, but I find a lot of cleaners there. Okay. So my favorite place would definitely be Craigslist. Now, Indeed, I know a lot of people like Indeed. And they are awesome as well. Sometimes I just don't find the right kind of cleaner there. I haven't found the right kind of cleaner there in a minute. But yeah, Craigslist. Okay. Any other questions? For those that are joining on YouTube, that's from the Academy. Y'all, I am so sorry. I have no idea what was going on with my with my Zoom. My Zoom was tripping earlier too, and I have no idea what was going on. I have no idea. But if you guys are on, thank you guys so much. I know like I try to get on live on the platform. I try to get on Zoom on my phone. That did not work. Let's see. I found a subcontracting group on Facebook. Oh, that's dope. That's awesome. So yeah, that's really awesome. What is it, like a one main group, or is it a like per city? because like you can also find cleaning groups inside of your city as well. Like just really get creative and just think, where are they advertising, looking for their services? And like when I'm looking on Facebook group, I was talking to somebody that was like, I'm not seeing them post on Facebook group. Well, Facebook groups don't allow people to openly publicly advertise their services, right? Yeah, Keisha, if you can share that in the group, that'd be awesome. I see somebody's asking what's the name of that group. What was I saying? Oh, so like when I'm in the Facebook groups and I'm looking for people posting, right? I'm looking for like a mom. I'm looking for somebody that's actually posting like, hey you guys, I need a house clean. I have family coming over. Hey you guys, my kid is turning 18. I have family coming over. Can you please recommend a great house cleaner? I'm looking in the comment section, and not where people are like recommending like real companies like a Molly Maid, Authentic Clean, or whatever. But I'm looking for people that's saying like, "Hey, me, I can help," or "Hey, me, I can clean it for you." Like, I'm looking for that person, and then I'll message them, and then I'm like, "Hey, can I send you a DM?" Now they think that I'm messaging them for a house cleaning service too, but little do they know, right? That I need them to come work with me. But yeah, that's how I do that. And when you guys are doing that too, even comment on the old ones, okay? Like even if it's years ago, because Facebook algorithm, what will happen is Facebook will see that you comment on these posts a lot, so they'll start showing you these posts. So when people start dropping these comments and posts in these Facebook groups, like early, you'll be able to see it automatically in your news feed, and then you'll be able to see those cleaners and you'll be able to reach out to them and close the deal. Close the deal. Yes, mom groups. I see them all the time. Yes, telling you, moms need cleaners. Okay. What is the best tech stack for a cleaning business to automate the business and more? Ooh, Joy, good question. So let's see. Tech stack would be your booking platform. Okay. Booking platform. Y'all know that I've been recommending Booking Koala for the longest. Okay. That's a booking platform that I currently utilize until Busy Book is out. And for those that are brand new to the community or brand new, y'all may not know, but I'm also currently in the process of developing a booking platform. I have utilized almost every platform, okay, and there's a lot of great ones, which is totally awesome. And then there's a lot that I'm like, oh, you're kind of missing the mark on some. And it's really easy to create what you're used to and what you know you need. So Busy Book should hopefully be coming out in the next 4 to 6 months. I know, isn't that crazy? But you want a booking platform, okay? Booking Koala, I feel like is the best platform for their features and their price points, okay? Then you're going to want a phone system. Open Phone is the system that I like to utilize. It's really easy. It's on. I can put it directly on my phone. I can add my cleaners to the phone, my VAs to the phone. That's the phone system that my whole entire VA company used, and we got all the cleaners, all the VAs, all the clients. Like it's a really good, strong system. Okay. Let's see. Email. You can use Active Campaign. I personally like Active Campaign. Or you can use ConvertKit. Let's see, another one is your phone. Trilio is for texting. So for text, and then also the Booking Koala has a connection or whatever that's called, an extension, so that way you can have it set up with your Booking Koala. Let's see what else I said. Oh, Payroll. You want Gusto. I love Gusto. Gusto is a platform that I like to utilize for payroll, because also at the end of the year, they'll send out all my 1099s. And then it makes the onboarding process easier, because I don't have to ask them for their personal information. I just put in their basic first information, and then I send them the link, and then they add all their private, social or TIN number and banking account information. I think that's it. Because you don't really need that much tech. Like you don't really need that much platform. Like now, this is not including like all your lead gen platforms, right? This is just your basic service platforms that you would utilize to run your business. So your booking platform, Booking Koala. Oh, I guess you'll need Stripe. I like Stripe. There's Square, there's PayPal. I personally like to use Stripe. Um, and then your phone, Gusto, email, text. And I think that's it. If you guys want to send me an email, because I send this out to those, this is like the first email that you'll get when you sign up on get on the email list. If you want to send me an email to info@ceocleaningacademy.com, I will be glad to send you that list out, because a lot of these companies I have partnered with, and they've given you guys some really good deals to be able to utilize their companies as well. Like Gusto is one, they give you $100 when you sign up. And depending on how many cleaners you add, you get $200 when you sign up. I just closed a deal with a business bank that operates their business checking accounts, like how I recommend off of the Profit First method. So I'm super, super excited about that. I'm super, super excited about that. And then I partnered with them to where, like, they was like, well, how much do you want us to pay you when you bring on a new client? I'm like, whatever you're going to pay me, I just want you to give it to them. Okay. So anytime somebody signs up new with that bank account, you'll get a $75 deposit into your account, right? So because I understand the importance of making sure that you manage your funds, especially in this type of business. And there's a whole training inside the academy that talks about the profit first model and implementing that within your business system. So as soon as the ink dry with that partnership, I'm going to go ahead and provide all that information, because it's a really, really good. I just didn't sign up for any business bank, y'all. I didn't just sign. I signed up for one that I know would be able to service our accounts and help our businesses grow, like in a right kind of a way. How do you pay your VAs? So you can pay them any kind of way. I use Remitly. Hold on, you guys. Y'all hear Jay Savory? Yes, Jay Savory. I know, but mommy's doing a training. Can you go see Shamir? Okay, well, tell Shamir I said for you to go with him. Yeah, either or. For anybody that's new, y'all may not know who Jay Savory is, okay? He is my youngest, and if y'all may have seen him on past videos or past YouTubes popping his little face in. I learned to I got a new lock. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. So for paying your VA, so you can use like PayPal, you can use there's other platforms out there. I currently use Remitly. It's the most easiest, and they have an option on there where you can pay them instantly. Now it depends though on their bank. So that's the only thing. Like I can pay them instantly, but it depends on like what bank they bank with. If they have a debit card, a lot of them don't have a debit card. So if they don't have a debit card, it's hard for us to pay them fast. And then it's a thing, okay? But I like Remitly. That's one I've been using a lot lately. I've used a couple of different ones, but Remitly has been the best one. Is QuickBook a good place for business accounts, or how do you recommend, or who do you recommend? So to be honest, I never ever used QuickBooks. I tried it in the very beginning when I had my cleaning business, but it wasn't user friendly. And clearly, y'all see, I don't know tech, right? So I didn't know or have the patience to learn it. So I don't really know, can't really feel like I have enough to answer that question if it's good for business accounts. So yeah, I'm sorry. And I guess for business management, I use like Google Sheets. I'm super old school. My background is in finance and banking, so I'm old school when it comes to just like managing funds, paper, pen, Google Sheets. But yeah. Do you recommend working for a cleaning company first to gain experience? No, love. Jump in there. You do not. I get this question asked a lot. Okay. I get this question asked a lot. And sometimes it's a negative viewpoint from other people, because they're like, how can you tell somebody to start a cleaning business and they have no idea how to clean, or they have no idea what to do? Or like, y'all, I started a cleaning business. The only thing I knew how to clean was my own house. That's the only thing I've ever cleaned before was my own house. Okay. So you can totally start a cleaning business without having to work for somebody to have experience, to get your feet wet, without having to do the cleaning yourself. Now, that was the path I took because of the financial scarcity situation that I was in. But in all actuality, if I would have known what I know now, I wouldn't have started like that. I would have just start hiring and just start building because I was only limited to what I could do. Right, I could only do 2 to 3 houses a day. 3 houses, I was dying at the end of the day. Okay, I did it some days, but it was hard. So I can only do what I can do, and I'm limited on my availability. Right, so that limits my growth. That immediately puts my growth in my company in a box. I mean, I can only grow this far. So if I could only do 2 jobs a day, 5 days a week, 2 jobs at $200, you know what I mean? Like you do the math, right? But I can duplicate me. I can hire 3 cleaners that can do 2 jobs a day. I can hire 5 cleaners that do 2 jobs a day. I can hire 10 cleaners, right? There's a student that is located in Florida somewhere. I want to say Jacksonville. And I've been trying to get him on the community to come talk with us for the longest, but he's like close to like 750K. He has like 30 cleaners. Like for real. Like I ask him all the time, like, how are you managing 30 cleaners at one time? Like that's insane. But he's killing it. He might be able to do 1 million his first year. Right. And I know you guys be like, that's insane. No, that's not insane. One of my business mentors in the very, very beginning, her company is located in Las Vegas. Her first year, she did 750,000 her very first year without like knowing cleaning, without cleaning herself. She understood business and how to scale it and how to build it and how to set it up. And if you guys look like this is how big box companies are doing it, right? What is Amazon? Amazon does not own a product. Okay. Airbnb, they do not own a home. Uber, they do not own a car. Well, now they kind of do. They're kind of leasing out cars. They're kind of getting over on people. They leasing out cars for like 250 a week. That's crazy. But typically their previous, right? Lyft, like they don't own these, right? So, but they have billion-dollar companies by having people utilize their skills and their services and their products, right? Skills, services, products. Don't that sound like our cleaners? So it's totally you're totally capable of running and having a very successful cleaning company without you having to work for anybody, without you having to do any of the cleaning yourself. Like start the business, hire. Learn all you can, start the business, hire, learn all you can. Where can I where can I go to hire cleaners? So I talked about so also, you guys, those on YouTube, there are some more videos in the YouTube as well that goes a little bit more deeper on details. For those that's on Instagram, hey y'all, I'm just joining on IG. I've been doing this live Q&A pop up on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to join us, please do. But you can find your cleaners on Craigslist, Facebook groups. Of course, you can do your traditional Indeed and Monster and those type of job forms. I love mom groups on Facebook. And there's also like job groups on Facebook as well. Like if you guys go to the city, you can type up and look up job groups, like hiring groups in on Facebook as well. Let's see. I think I missed a couple of questions. Do you still put a cleaner through a funnel, like the personality test, when you reach out to them and they say Facebook groups? That's so funny because I don't do that anymore, which is why I am updating the course. I don't do that anymore. Why don't I do that anymore? There was a reason. I just wanted to shorten the process some, right? Now, I had to elongate that process. This is why, like in business, you're going to have seasons and you're going to have to roll with the punches and figure out the different seasons and learn how to pivot, right? So I really had to implement that in the beginning when I didn't know what I was looking for, when I didn't know how to spot like the right cleaner and that authenticity. And then like, I don't know. That's just the hoops I had to just put them through. And then also during COVID, because during COVID and we went through that weird little economical time where people was able to get assistance, but they still needed to meet certain requirements, right? We had a lot of people that would go through our entire interview process, background check. We got to pay for background check, right? Go through everything. Like, I'm thinking we got us a winner. Like, oh, we got us a winner. Okay. And they were no shows on day one. So when I implemented that, that was kind of like adding an extra layer to see, are they going to really jump through the hoops to really want to work with us? Now, after that season's kind of gone, I just kind of just been like, I know how to spot a good person. One thing what tells me, also back then, if you guys seen any of my couple older videos, I really wasn't requiring insurance either. I know, no, don't do that. I really wasn't requiring insurance either. So now that I require, like, super required insurance, like, you ain't touching nothing without insurance. That always lets me know when somebody like, I don't have it, but I'm willing to get it. I'm like, cool, you get it, you come back and see me, right? If they got it, then I know that, okay, this person's about their business. Like, they understand the reason and purpose of having insurance, right? So yeah, I kind of like took some steps out of that funnel process. Now there's still an onboarding process though, right? But I just took some of those extra steps, the personality test out, out that. Let's see. I am new to this. I got my website ready, but not launched it yet. Anything I should do before, or since I have no cleaners yet? Well, if you don't have any cleaners yet, you definitely want to start hiring your cleaners. Now, I know that you asked about your foundation, right? I'm super big on building a foundation, making sure that your foundation is on point. I was just having this talk with one of my mentees earlier this afternoon, and it's awesome because, like, she's young, right? She's trying to figure out life, and she's excited, and then but she's like, it's taking too long, right? And I'm sorry, y'all, because I'm about to pull out Bible right here a little bit, right? And I told her, I said, one of my favorite scriptures is when, when Jesus said that on this rock I will build, right? And I asked her, like, can you build on your rock? Right? Is your foundation solid enough to build on? And this is such an important question. I know that this is like totally not business related, but this was what I was like 2020, like pandemic Jasmine, right? And I remember, like, I had the hustle and the grit and the grind because of my makeup, because of how I grew up, because of how my parents raised me, right? I moved out and was living on my own at 17. I worked 2 jobs. I was going to college. Like, I was that, like, one in a million type of a person. Okay. Like I got married at 22. Okay. I became a mom and a wife at the same time because my husband had my oldest son already, Shamir. So I became a mom and a wife at 22, like a full-time mom and wife. Okay, you guys, working a full-time business, already making close to 6 figures, right? So I thought I knew everything. I thought I was so wise. I thought I just had everything going on, but I was constantly always like hitting these plateaus and like bumping my head on these ceilings and never figuring out or understanding why I can't go any further, right? Because I was a doer. I love that part about me because look here, baby, like I get an idea, I'm doing that thing, okay? Like I am a doer. But you know what doers don't do? They don't plan. They don't they like skip that middle step and then like choo, like take off, like they get like a jump start, right? And we're all excited and we have these ideas, but we don't plan. And I it's so funny now that I'm saying this out loud because my high school quote, little yearbook quote, was like, if you don't plan for nothing, if you don't plan for something, you'll fall for anything. And God, that's so crazy. That was my quote. But I would just fall, you guys, because I never plan or put any kind of structure on anything. So you want to make sure that you do set your business up the right way because you would hate for it to take off. Okay. And you don't have it, it's not properly established. And then you got to go back and like do some things over. Right. So you want to make sure that you have your business name set up, your domain, your LLC, or a DBA. If you're not in the city or area where your LLCs are affordable, that's not the most important thing off top. Make some money, then go back and get it. But do go back and get it though. Okay. But don't always feel forced that you have to start with an LLC. I understand we're in this game of social media and everybody want to talk up an LLC, and it's good and all, right? But I would much rather you, if you in Texas, you got to pay a $300 LLC, get you a little $28 DBA and use that $300 in your Facebook, in your Thumbtack ads, right? Use that in another way. So you want to make sure that's set up. You want to make sure that you have an EIN number so you can get a business bank account, so you can keep your funds separated from your personal funds so the IRS ain't going to come looking for you, okay? So you want to make sure that you get your foundation set up right and properly, and then you can build on it, right? Now you can go ahead and hire your cleaners because you got your insurance, right? You're registered with your state. They're not going to come trying to knock on your door and shut you down because you're not running your business properly. So get that set up, then hire your cleaners, then look for your clients, then scale and build. Okay. People always ask, do I find my clients or my cleaners first? And I always say, find your clients, your cleaners first, because you don't want to go finding clients. And what are you going to do when you get them? Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. Like, just hold tight. Let me find a cleaner. Finding a cleaner, you guys, is probably going to be the one of the most hardest processes as you build your business, because there is no guarantee on time frame. And I have personally have hired for some of our VA clients, where like I've sat down and called like 50 people. Okay. And half of them is answering and half of them only speak English, and the other half has a thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's a numbers game. And after all those calls, I hired one cleaner, right? And that was a good day. Like, I was grateful for that day, because sometimes it could take a month, or it could take 2 months, or it could take a week. So you want to make sure that you are finding your right people that's going to represent your company, because they are the front line. And if you hire fast and you just put anybody in that place and you start getting those negative reviews, now you're kind of digging yourself a hole. So set the foundation, learn. I mean, in the midst of you doing that, learn all the business things, right? And then hire your cleaners and then find your clients. Uh Yeah, look, you guys, it's a life thing, and we're all on our own journey. This is why I hate comparison, right? Because we're all on our own journey, and all of us, as we are building out our businesses, even though we are striving for the same thing, all of our paths are going to look different, right? Look, I could have been a little salty, like, dang, Steve, how you do $32,000 in 9 weeks? I was excited when I did like, I don't know, 8K. Like, how you do? Right. But in all actuality, it kind of made me proud, because like, he was somebody that's never been in this industry, and he just came out the gate killing it. So we can't compare, because we're all on this path differently, but it's really about us learning and growing in ourselves. Because that 2020 year, oh my goodness, like, I'm so sorry, and my heart aches for those that lost loved ones during that period of time. But for me, it was a really good shutdown moment. Like God needed to shut me down, and then like do a really big like wake up call, like overhaul on me. And I learned that working on me was working on my business. But I thought it was the opposite. I thought I was such a workhorse, like work, like don't matter like what my mindset or what my thoughts or what anything, like just work and work and work and work and more. And I wasn't going nowhere. Like, it's just like I'm on like one of them little workout bikes, stationary workout bikes. Like, I'm working and I can see it moving fast and I can see the numbers going up, but I'm not moving forward. And that's what it was like. And 2020 just shut me down, and I had to really work on myself, which is why I'm such a big person on working on you is working on your business. Like, trying to develop that growth mindset, understanding that our process needs to have failure moments and success moments, because it's the failure moments that help set up the success. Failures are not really failures, right? Just the mindset of how we look at it, and understanding that they're just lessons that's going to be able to get us to those success moments, right? So enjoy your process, love. Like, don't rush it. Okay. Learn everything that you can while you're in that season, while you're in this season of your life. This no dumb questions. If you have an LLC, do you need a DBA? That's a good question actually, because I don't even think I know the answer to that. I almost kind of want to say no, but I don't know, and I don't want to get you in trouble with your state. So I would just recommend reaching out to your SOS, your Secretary of State, and asking them if you need both. I know a DBA means doing business as, and I believe that's like at a more local level, and where like your LLC covers statewide. But to be honest, I really don't know. So I would recommend checking. Yeah, yeah. Do like if you guys are trying to get an LLC to start now, let me say this too, because again, check with your SOS because some states may require that, right? But as far as what I think I know, that you could get a DBA and not an LLC. But like I said, definitely check with your SOS if they require both. Okay. 'Cause I don't want to be like, no, no, you don't. But like, I'm like, I think I know that there is one state that does require both, but the state that does require both is not a high fee though either. Because like Arizona's LLCs are hecka cheap. They're like $70, like 46, like I don't even know the number, but I know it's super cheap. So, you know what I mean? Like that's different than like trying to get a $300 LLC here in Texas or in New York or New Jersey. Like those are really high places to get LLCs. And then I think California was giving them away for free. So check with your SOS. What if I don't have a location? If you don't have a location, like the thing about this, but like I was mentioning earlier, like you could have it totally remote. So if you are in an area, and I'm talking about cleaning businesses, for those that's on Instagram that's just joining on, you guys, it's like plant your company where it can be the most profitable. Okay. If you live in an area to where you feel like your company is not going to get the most maximum customers, right? Then that may not be your area. You guys heard me saying that one of our clients, he closed a lead for $1,000, like one cleaning job. One cleaning job was $1,000. He did 4,800 this week alone. He did $4,800 this week in his business. One of those jobs was $1,000. So if you're not in an area that you feel like your company can't be the most profitable, then do some research, do some market research. A lot of the things that I like to look at that can kind of give me a hint on the what market, I like to look at household income. Okay. Because I need to know that when things flip upside down, I'm not going to be the first one they cancel. Maybe the third one they cancel, right? But I'm not going to be the first one they cancel. I'm looking at school districts because I understand that good school districts are fed by property taxes, right? So if you see a big old giant school somewhere, then you know that somebody's got to be some paying some good property taxes, okay? And then household prices, like the cost of the house. So I like to do suburbs, right? So I'm here in the Dallas. I like to service North Dallas area, and I like to find houses that's like no less than 350. Like those are like my three tell signs of this is the right market. Like if I'm driving around with my husband, and I don't really drive around. So if I'm driving around and I'd be like, oh, this is a nice area. Like, where are we at? And he'd be like, honey, we're at such and such. I'm like, oh, let me write this down because this is like the right market. So just find the right market that you're in. And then also know, like when you're doing your research and you see a lot of cleaning companies in those areas, that's not a sign that this is not the right market to be in. That's kind of the opposite. That's kind of letting you know that your clientele lives here. Because we also have another client, and I'm saying clients like this because I get a chance to see a lot of back end with our VA company. Because I have a VA company that manages other residential cleaning companies, and so I get a lot of chance to see a lot of the back end. So we have another company that's located in not so much like a heavy I don't want to be saying their cities like so, but it's like opposite areas. Like so one is up north and one is like southeast. Yeah, right. Okay. So one is up north, one is southeast. One up north, that's the one like his jobs are like $1,000, 600, like 533, 635 job sites, right? Like and down there, southeast, her jobs are averaging about like mid threes, high twos, but she gets hecka jobs, like 6 jobs a day, right? So her company is doing like 20K a month, which is awesome, right? So it really does different, but you want to just make sure that you do your market research and make sure that you're planting your company in the right area where it's going to be profitable. That's like my main thing I want to stress to say to sum it all up. Is a website something you should have from the start, or is it a thing that you want to add later? Sorry, no, you're fine. Um, so your website is awesome, right? But the only thing, so what the website helps with is what your SEO, right? Because you're able to put a lot of keywords in your SEO. You're able to put some backlinks in there and do some retargeting and have a blog on there and pull in some more organic clients. Now, if you are getting a lot of your leads from Google, Yelp, Google Local, like those platforms, most times you are communicating from that client directly on that platform. So very seldom do they contact you on that platform and then go look at your website. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if anything, have a booking platform. Get like the front end website later. If you're going to utilize Booking Koala, then they have a front end website. It's not the most prettiest, but it's doable. And it's free and it comes with your platform. But don't go out and spend a lot of money on a website because it doesn't have to be perfect. You can invest in that later. Like that's what I did. Like my first website was trash, and then when I hired my SEO company, they like totally did my whole website, and then it was awesome. um, and for those that are wanting to know all these platform stacks that I'm talking about, I know I mentioned it earlier. Send me an email, info@ceocleaningacademy.com, and I'll send you guys that link for for all these platforms I'm talking about as well. Let's see. So let's see. Should your DBA and your LLC be the same name? So I would say no, but I think this kind of goes also like into that legal question, because it really just depends on like how you want to set it up. Okay. Um, because for example, you could have your LLC is like your umbrella, right? And your LLC is your umbrella, and like that could be like let's see, Jasmine Enterprise. Okay. And Jasmine Enterprises owns this DBA of Jasmine's House Cleaning Services, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be the same name. Now, if you are, yeah, I feel like I'm about to get into a lot of legal talk. I don't want to get in trouble, but that's how I would recommend. But we have our business attorney inside of the academy, and she does a class, and she has a couple classes in there on business foundation and business formation, not foundation, business formation. So she talks on that as well. Because like I said, I don't really know everything. And I know like different states have different, regulations and stuff. For good businesses, can you still get verified since they won't use your virtual address that you have to get? Yeah, no, you can still get verified. It's just they make you just jump through some hoops. Google, like you want to get verified on Google. So whatever hoops they give you to jump through, you better jump through them bad boys, okay? The thing is they just do not take virtual addresses. So either you have a real permanent business location, okay, or you utilize your home address. And with your home address, is not going to be seen to the public. They only need to see it in the video verification for their verification purposes, but it's not going to be seen by public eyes. Or you can do, take a little risk and do what Steve suggested, which it was find a business plaza that have a lot of dresses and use their dress and then put their dress, and it's not going to be seen. Like, so I don't really know how to explain that one fully because that's not my strategy, but that's something that he mentioned. And there was some others that have utilized that same one. So it's a thought. Let's see. What are the pros and cons when hiring cleaners instead of independent contractors? So if you're meaning, do you mean W-2? If you're meaning W-2, like employee versus contractor. So to me, I feel like I think this is a big opinion base, right? I love hiring independent contractors for one, because it's the cheapest, right? I don't have to worry about paying out all the taxes, all the insurance. I don't have to worry about none of that. I don't have to worry about providing them with cleaning supplies. I don't have to provide them with a place to store it, a place to pick it up. What's their caddies? Like, I don't want to do all of that, right? Um, but sometimes people have W-2 workers instead of contractors because they feel like they can have more control. They can control what they do, where they say, what they wear, how they clean, the system they clean at, where they start at, what towels, what color system. So it's like a more control thing. And some people feel like if you don't have a W-2, like then you don't have a real company or business company. Okay. There's some opinions, like if you're in other cleaning Facebook groups, that's a debate amongst some cleaning business owners. But I know lots of very successful multi-million dollar cleaning business owners that run their company with independent contractors, and they is company enough for me. So those are some of my things with the difference of 1099 versus contractor. I mean 1099 versus W-2. Should you have an agreement form? Yes, definitely have your cleaner sign a contract agreement. There is a couple of samples inside the academy as well. How does Google My Business work if we have to run ads for it to work? So I'm going to do this again because, like, I know that sometimes people get confused on the Google My Business part, right? Because there's 3 different ways you can get ads or get leads on Google. You have the Google My Business, Google Guarantee, which is the Google LSA, and then you have Google Ads. Google Ads is like your PPC, so you're paying per click. It's kind of like window shopping, like, oh, let me click and see, and every time they click, you get a fee. With Google LSA, it's a flat rate fee, right? And that means they actually want to initiate and contact you. And when they do, they provide you with their phone number and their name, so that way you can follow up. And most times you'll get a lot of calls when you are signed up for Google LSA, right? And then you have Google My Business. So when you're on Google, you are, like you have the guarantee on the top, then you have the sponsor, and then you have that little map pack area, like right in the middle. Those are like when you're searching for something near me, and like they'll come up with like the list of the closest ones near you with a little map on the side. That is your Google My Business. The best part about getting leads from Google My Business is that you're not having to pay for them. Google LSA, you pay for them. Google ads you pay for, but not Google My Business leads. Now, if you don't know how to optimize and properly set that up, then yes, you would have to pay for a service to do that. But that fee would be very minimal for then having to actually pay for Google ads or Google local leads. The lady that I was mentioning that makes about 20K a month in her cleaning business, she was doing about 3,000 a month in her Google ads. Now of course, 3K, 20K, like that's just her expense for marketing. But when you have Google My Business, you'll pay a fee to have somebody to manage it and to optimize it, but not really to, hey love, but not really to like do all the things. You know what I mean? So that's like the difference with the different Googles. So you definitely want to do the Google My Business because you want to make sure that gets verified, so that way you could advertise on that platform. And then the more you build it up, because like you can have multiple G and Bs as well. Like there's a lot of different strategies that go along with that to be able to maximize your leads. I hope they answered your question, Joy. Let me know. Let me know. With employees, you got to keep buying supplies. Yes, you do. You have to give them all their supplies, their caddies, um, a uniform, all the things. Okay. And like I said, when I started my business, I didn't have that amount of money available. So I needed the fastest and cheapest way. And that was the option that I was like, okay, we're gonna stick with this. Could you please send me the link to the agreement form or how to get to it? Do I have to pay? So the agreement form is inside of the CO Cleaning Academy. There's a couple of different samples available in there, and they're all edible, so you can change them up. And then for those that are on the email list or that's inside the Facebook and has been seeing the announcements, You guys know that the last quarter of the year, I'm currently making some changes in the CEO Clean Academy, and I will no longer be offering the monthly payment option for the academy. Okay. Fortunately, I didn't want to see it go away. I really, really didn't. And I tried. And for those that's already in the academy that's on here live, you guys know that I have like been pleading with people, but unfortunately, I've been getting a lot of disputes, right? A lot of people will sign up and they'll come get all the gyms and then they'll dispute their charges, like months of charges. Okay. And that leaves me in a battle with trying to like fight for the integrity of my business, because now they're like, well, why are these people disputing? Like, are you a scam? Are you a fraud? You need to provide me a copy of this. You need to provide me an affidavit about this and do all this. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not, unfortunately, I have to let that go. But before I do, I wanted to allow the option and opportunity for those that wanted to get in the academy at the membership rate and price that they can get in at now. Okay. And then also, I'm offering a super, super good deal for you guys to get into the academy for lifetime access for only $597. So you can pay a one-time fee of $597 and you can get lifetime access. Now, for those that's on, you're like, hold on, Jazz, hold on. Like, I'm already a part of the academy. What about me? If you're in it, you're in it. Like, I honor my legacy members and I will never change it up on you. So as long as you maintain active status and you're inside the academy, Love You is in there. Okay. You don't have to worry about your status changing or you're losing access to anything. You are in there. Okay. So this is just going forward. These changes will be made as of October 1st. But I'm super excited about it because we're also coming out with a 2.0 of the course as well, which is like going to be really, really good. I started talking about it a little bit ago about the changes and like the new information that's going to be in this academy, y'all, because I've been working on this all September. And I think I'm about to pull a late out to do some more recording for the course because I really wanted to give a super, super detailed, like step by step. And I feel like there's some gaps in the course, even though there's like, if you guys saw earlier, somebody was talking about like all the resources and there's a whole resource library and there's another resource thing. And I love it all, right? It's super dope. But I wanted the academy to like the actual course itself to be like a ladder, just a step by step. So the course 2.0 is coming out in October and along with the changes. So for those that need a sign, for those that have been waiting, okay, and like, I don't know if I want to do this, like that's been waiting to get in the academy, like, oh, I'll wait until then. Look, don't wait. Don't wait, okay? Because if you do, I mean, no, now look, let me not say that because you can get in, boo. Like, I understand that sometimes life may not allow you to get in when you want to get it. And I get it because I ain't going nowhere. All right. That's the one thing you got to worry about. I ain't going nowhere. But the prices may change if you decide to join a little later. And that's okay because I'm going to be here. And that just means like that was your right and purpose timing. But if you are wanting to get in at the monthly membership rate of $97 a month, then you can join now at that rate. And if you want to like 86, half of that, and only pay $597 for lifetime access, then you can get in at $597. Okay. So the choice is yours, but you guys, this offer will be going away very, very soon because I had to like do all the switches on the back end, and I really wanted to, celebrate my birthday. Some of y'all may be like, see all the little birthday emails going out and things like that, but I really wanted to just celebrate my birthday with the community, offer you guys a super good deal to get in. Some more deals are going to be dropping, not deals on the academy. So don't be like, hold on, Jazz, like I don't want to wait, and you be like, everybody get in for $1. No, these are just other deals on other services. But for the academy, you guys, for the $597, I think they said we have 17 spots left for the $597. And then of course we have the $97 option, but it will be ending very, very soon. So if you guys been waiting on a sign to start, you guys, the last quarter of the year is coming up. Like, let's like don't get that senioritis where you start lagging at this in the year. You know, you got Thanksgiving coming up. You're about to get all nice and fluffy, right? It's fine. I'm about to get fluffy too. I'm be eating all the turkey and all the dressing, okay? But I'm just saying, y'all, don't get lackadaisical, okay? This is not the time to let up on the pedal, okay? This is the time to keep working and keep going and keep grinding, because if you play your cards right, you can have a full-blown business in January 1st, be ready to go. Okay. So I love to share she came on the live a couple weeks ago. Her name is Stephanie. She's a student in the academy, and she started in November. She learned all the things, right? And started her business. And 3 months later, her first month, I love her story because like her first month, she like, oh, I'm going to do it big. She did like $200. The third month, she did like 700. You guys, month 3, she made 10K. And she has been scaling up by like 10xing like literally every month since she started. She has opened up her second location in the same city. I share this strategy in the academy about opening up like multiple locations within the same area. And she has opened up another location in her same area. So she has south and north, or north and south, and she's going to do 2 more. And yeah, just killing it. So for those that needed a sign, be like, I don't know, Jasmine, I'm not sure if I should join. Look, join now. Okay. Let this be your sign, you guys. Don't wait. For those that are scared and nervous and fearful, look, kick that to the side. Okay. Join now. Just move. I promise you guys, like the thing about fear, it just comes to crumble us, right? Like, don't let it. Don't let it. Don't let it. I promise you guys, you will be so much more happier, even scared. Like, just do it scared. Don't allow fear to be the thing that's holding you back because of the unknown. Now, I get it. Like, because when I started, I didn't have the privilege of allowing fear to hold me back. Because I was just kicked out of my place. I was evicted. I had 3 kids. Jace Avery was still on the boob. Okay, like I was like, yo, mama got to figure this thing out. Okay, I didn't have the privilege of being scared. Like, yes, I was scared of like what's gonna happen, but I was also scared of like what's gonna happen if I don't do it. Like, I felt like this was my only option. Like, God put me in this predicament to where it's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna go back to corporate with the baby on the boob, or you're gonna do this idea that I dropped in you, and you're gonna kill it and like build and be able to get yourself out of this predicament within less than a month. Like, that was my situation. So I didn't have the privilege of being scared and like, oh my God, what am I gonna do when I call this cleaner? Like, my first interviews were horrible. I was like, do you have a broom? Do you have a mop? Like, do you like to clean? You got a car? Like, y'all, I'm so serious. And the lady that was my first hire, her name was Chrisette. And she stayed with me for a very long time. And then I helped her open up her own business. But she was older than me. And she was like, yeah, I do. And I was like, awesome. Do you want to come work with me? And so it was horrible. I didn't get good at doing interviews until like later, but it came through practice. Like, we can't expect to be without doing, you guys. It's not going to turn out perfect. It won't. I mean, it will turn out perfect, but it's not going to be perfect in the beginning. Okay. Like, give yourself the grace to make the mistakes. Okay. We are all learning. Give yourself to make the mistakes. Give yourself the grace to make the mistakes. Okay. Expect them to come. Don't be surprised. Like, they're going to come. I made so many mistakes. The course in the academy allows you to give a little leg up to learn from my mistakes, to learn from my hiccups, to learn from my boo-boos, to learn from the things that I did not do right. This is why the resources are so strong. Like, this is why the new course is like has so much information, because I've been thinking about every question that I get from you guys. Like, what are the answers that they're wanting? And that's the information that I have put in the new course. So yeah, again, if you guys are waiting on a sign, let this be your sign. Join the CEO Cleaning Academy, guys. Learn this business. Get your business launched, okay? Like, really learn how to build a business, like a real business, something that you can scale and sell, okay? I've sold 2 cleaning companies. I feel like I need to like just do that all over again. Just build and sell. I mean, I had this thought in my mind, like, if I can't scale it and I can't build it, I can't scale it, or if I can't sell it, then I don't want to do it because it's going to plateau, right? Like the options is so limitless with this kind of business, you guys. You have no ideas. You can franchise it, you can sell it, you can open up multiple locations all over the place. You can license it. Licensing it is a level down from franchising, so you don't have to do as much work that's required to franchise a whole business because of all the paperwork and all the SOPs and all the things you have to create for the franchisees. But you can license it, right? Like you can create cleaning products. One of my done for you clients, she wants to do and create her own cleaning products with her cleaning company. And we found a chemist and we created like a actual real formula. Now we're about to find a warehouse to actually fill it. Like it's endless, you guys. It is so endless. Would you start on especially large? Oh, no. See, been there, done that. I remember we did a 10,000 square feet house that was a post-construction cleanup. When I tell you guys it took me 24 hours with a team of 5 to clean that house, I'm not even lying, okay? But you don't want to know the worst thing about it? I got paid $1,000 for that job. It was the worst. I super underbid it. And the name of my first cleaning company was Dallas Upscale Cleaning, right? And I like, I'm about to do all these big houses in Dallas. And I had the right mindset of like placement, but that's not where I actually wanted. That wasn't my sweet spot. I love like the mid-level mid-level suburb, not like the high level suburbs. So I want to recommend starting that unless you have some experience and you understand hospitality, because it's going to take another level of type of cleaner to work in those homes, right? So yeah, that would be my recommendation in case you want to work on Imagine Homes, but only get one cleaning. Yeah, like you definitely can't show up to that house because like you have to understand like what they expect, right? What kind of level of service that they normally receive and the level of service that they expect, and you definitely could not show up with the with one cleaner. Will the academy offer? Will you ever offer a VA academy? Now, I guess I don't know quite understand the question. Do you mean like for VA training? Because with inside the CEO Cleaning Academy, I am actually creating a separate course. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my words out right. A separate course on how to train, how to find, how to source, how to interview, how to train your VAs for your cleaning businesses. So I am working on that as well. When you guys sign up now, you will get access for that now. Now, in October, it'll be separated. So it will be 2 separate courses. You can purchase that as an add-on, separate from the actual real CO Clean Academy course. But if you sign up now, everybody gets access to everything as it currently is set up. Like I said, I'm loyal to my legacy members, and I don't never make changes on them as things are when they sign up. Be like, oh no, you can't get access to that and to this. But no, I am creating a full separate VA course that will teach you how to find them, interview them, how to like know what things to make sure that they have, how to make sure that you're hiring somebody that actually says that they know the things that they're talking about and not just trying to sell you, right? You think you hiring somebody, like little do you know you want a sales call. And then of course, how to train them like on what day-to-day activity like they should be doing to maintain your cleaning company. That's exactly my goal, to be up and running before. Yes. I'm telling you, it's so doable. It is so doable. Where do you find the video in the academy? What video? What video are you referring to? And then also, if you use the search inside the academy, I'm currently in the process of like reorganizing and simplifying simplifying some of the some of all the material that's in there because there's so much, and there's a lot of like repeat information as well, from like different perspectives, different point of views. But if you go to the search and you just type in what you're searching for, you're going to see a lot of that information pop up. Hey, Lucas, welcome, welcome. Am I in a cleaning service in Dubai, but we offer services on private jets? Super dope. That is awesome. I love that. I love like when I meet people and like they offer some like service that is like out of the box. One of my done for you clients, he lives also in Florida, and we established his business to service homes, right? But he's also going to provide cleaning services on yachts, which is super awesome. I was like, that is so dope. But yeah, so that's so cool on private jets. So yeah, and that like that's special to your area. I can totally see. I don't know if they have yachts. I'd be seeing all them boats out there. So you may want to add yachts as well. Because that's what we did with his. Hey Chantel, I put the link inside of the comments, and I hope it's popping up because I'm like on a third party platform going live, because my Zoom was not working. But if you can see the link, love, let me know. If not, you guys can always feel free to reach out to me on any platform. DM me, email info@ceocleaningacademy.com. And I do answer my DMs. Now, if I don't see them, y'all may be on left on red for a little bit longer, but I always will try to get back to y'all. All right. So I'm planning to perform same services in car detailing. That's awesome. I mean, like there's so many ways that you can build out this business. I was having another call and we were trying to figure out like what's like prominent in his area, right? And trying to figure out what services. Now, of course, for those that are feeling overwhelmed, that's like, oh my God, I don't know how I can do this. Like, look, zone in and focus on building residential first. And then once you get comfortable and you got a rhythm, you got an SOP, you got your cleaners are down, like you understand the ins and out of your business, then you can grow, then you can scale, then you can add on outside and other services and partner with other people. But the sky is the limit of how you want to partner. Like you could add on a whole lawn service, snow removal, right? Seasonal services that's needed. When I was talking to, he was in Atlanta, and I guess he was saying like the fall and leaves is like crazy out there. So he's going to offer, leaf pickup services, right? Like, because if you're cleaning homes, and you've already built the trust of your residents, of your clients, letting them know that, hey, I also offer snow removal. I also offer lawn care. I also offer laundry care. I also offer home, or, like whatever your other add-on services are, then it's going to be nothing for them to be able to also want to get on those services as well. So, let's see. We are going to be wrapping up soon, you guys. We've been on here for almost 2 hours, so we're going to wrap up, and I'm going to answer a couple more questions, and we're going to leave in about 10 minutes, because I'm going to do some more work and recording tonight. Would you recommend subcontracting work to other companies? Yeah. I have several that have reached out to me all the time. Yeah, no, I would. Now, the only thing with the company situation is this is like the situation with the companies is like, because if you are requiring a background check and insurance, this is where it can get tricky, because are you going to be running a background check on everybody, right? Or let's say you have a company, you hire a company and they have like 8 cleaners, but maybe only 5 is going to work with you. So then you can just run the background checks on those 5 and they require the insurance for those 5, right? But what happens also is that the tricky part is knowing who's going to go do the job. Because sometimes when you're working with that head person, they'll just send out people and not let you know. And then what happens is when you do your follow-ups with that client to try to get them to convert it to a reoccurring, or you do a follow-up quality control to make sure that they're happy about service and nothing needed to be re-cleaned or any of those things. And you'll be like, you say a name of who you thought went and they wasn't showing, then that kind of has the hiccups. Also, normally the owner doesn't want their people to be on the app, like on the platform app that allows them to see the jobs and to manage their schedule and calendars, right? Because they don't want to see how much they're getting paid for that job because they are giving them only a percentage of the pay. So what happens is if they don't have the app, then they're not able to check in when they arrive to the home or be able to capture a signature at the end of service to make sure that, when we do the quality control check with the client at the end, after the cleaning and do the walkthrough, we ask for the signature that says, yes, I say that I'm pleased with this service. Thank you so much for providing the service. If you're not happy with it, you have 24 hours to notify us and we'll be glad to schedule with a free reclean. So if they don't have the app, then they can't get that signature there. So that's a downfall. So they don't have access to the app for check-ins and the signature. And then just you not always knowing who is going to do the job, because sometimes they'll just send, and I get it, because something may happen that the assigned person may called in and they may be sick or they flat tire or they're late and they send somebody else. And just because they're in the motion of doing the things, they may forget to notify you. So we've had the situation before to where we work with a client and they sent out one person and the client wasn't happy and they wanted a reclean. And when we called the person, we're like, hey, the job wasn't done up to par, so they would like to schedule a reclean. Can you go and do the reclean? She was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll send so-and-so. And I like, hold on, you didn't do the first one? She's like, no, Ashley did the first one. Okay, who's Ashley, right? And then come to find out that she was a company. And then she's like, well, I'm going to send Abigail. I'm like, okay, well, you go ahead and send Abigail. But the client wasn't happy with Abigail's either. And then like, oh, don't worry, I'll send Brandon. I'm like, look here, how many folks you gonna send? Like, who's your people? Like, how your people doing? Like, what's going on? So those are some of the downfalls with having teams working with a company that have multiple people. But there's also a win as well, because if you are short, right, and you have some call outs, you got some extra people in the back pocket. So it's a, you know, give and take. My fear is the fear of not starting, wondering what is going to happen if I don't. I don't want that. And you know what, love? The only way not to know what that feeling feels like is just to do it. Because if that's your fear, then just start, right? Because once you start, you'll see that it wasn't so bad, as bad as you think it is, and you won't have to wonder if it was good or not, if you going to succeed or if you're not going to succeed. So just start. I promise you, you'll feel so much better and just so much more pleased with yourself when you start. And like I said, you may make some mistakes. It's okay. Like, give yourself grace to make mistakes. Like, literally expect them to come, right? And that's why I always say learn as much as you can about the business. But even though as you're learning about the business, like, you're still going to create your own SOPs. SOPs, like, people always want to be like, oh, get your systems, get your system. Your systems is based upon your needs. Like, it's based upon your holes in the bag that you need to fill, right? Like, you notice that X, Y, and Z keep happening, then you create a system to make sure that you can prevent that, right? We started calling our cleaners every morning to make sure that they can arrive on the job on time, because I was tired of cleaners not showing up to the first job or being late. I'm like, hold on, we're going to do a call. We just going to call them and make sure, okay? So that's how that SOP was created. That's how that system was created. So don't fear the unknown. Just get in there and overcome the unknown, right? And you can do it scared, because the more you do it, the less scared you're going to be. Hey, IG, I see that it says I have 1 minute and 28 seconds remaining. Don't worry, we are going to be ending very soon. But if you're not ready to end, and if you have any questions, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I am a cleaning business coach where I teach entrepreneurs how to start a very successful six-figure cleaning business without touching them up, without you doing any of the things, having a complete remote business. But I am on YouTube. If you do guys want to come join me and ask any questions about this, if you have any other questions, definitely feel free to leave me a DM. But it is about to kick me off soon. So we will be done very soon on IG. But like I said, you guys definitely feel free to reach out, and I'd be glad to answer any of you guys' questions. Let's see. My husband, Robert, just got the lifetime. Yes. Look at that. I love husband and wife duos. Okay, you guys, because in the beginning, my husband came and cleaned with me. Oh my goodness. And he is not a cleaner. He is not a cleaner. This man came in one day with a hazmat suit. I was like, babe, what are you doing? What are you? But I just appreciated his support so much. I couldn't do anything but laugh and just be so thankful. So I was like, I appreciate you, babe. But now he does the back end office stuff. I'm like, look here, we're going to put you in a role that we can really benefit, because his cleaning, it was like, what do you want me to do with this? Where should I put this? What do you? I'm like, I might as well do that. But yeah, no, I love husband and wife duos. I talk about it all the time. Like, I love, love, love husbands. So awesome. Congrats to you, Lady B, for having a husband that supports you like that. That's super awesome. Would you recommend? Oh, okay, we answered that one. I want to make sure I get all you guys' questions answered. Could you please give a suggestion for square footage for mid-size homes to aim for? So my sweets, like because I've been doing this for a long time, like I have a different like tolerance for services and clients. Like, if I can kind of tell a client is going to give me some attitude or like want a refund at the end, I'm not gonna even like, I'm gonna be like, we busy. I don't have a spot for you. So like, I don't service any houses over 3,000 square feet. I just do not. It's not even an option on my website. They can't even book a house over 3,000 square feet, because I know what that comes with. I know how much time is going to be needed. I know the space. So like, that's my tolerance level. Okay. You would definitely have to find your own tolerance level, right? But my sweet spot is a 4-3, 2,800 square feet. Boom. I know how long a cleaning is going to take to deep clean it, to move out, clean it, to a standard clean it, right? But yeah, that's just my sweet spot. Don't want to make big mistakes. No, I look. I get that, right? Inside the academy, we do have a full tax training inside of there. We had a couple of financial training classes inside of there. And then, but one of my favorite ones is when we talk about the profit first strategy. Because the profit first strategy talks about actually separating your finances and your expenses out, and actually putting money aside off the top for taxes, so that way you won't get no surprises, right? And then inside of our tax strategy class, that talks about some different ways that you can do some write-offs, because our business do make high profits, right? Our main expenses, you guys, if you guys weren't here in the beginning, I talked about all the platforms that you would need to run your business, right? And there's not a lot, so our expenses are very low. The most expenses going to have is for your cleaner, so either 50% or 60% off the top. So that means your net profit is, 40 to, to 40 to 50%, and then however much you spend on marketing. Marketing is a write-off. Your cleaners are a write-off, right? So there's trainings that talks about that as well, because I definitely don't want nobody getting in trouble with Uncle Sam or having to pay Uncle Sam. Okay. Hey, Jasmine, I asked a question a while back about a pair of subcontractor sisters who only to do commercial jobs, which I provide. They didn't like the 50-50 split, and I'm wondering if there's anything else I can consider offering. So the only thing I can think of is that you can increase it to 60-40, right? Because that split, they are splitting amongst themselves, right? You can offer them 60-40 split, but sometimes, unfortunately, subcontractors are not going to want to work with us, and that's okay, right? See the benefit in working with us. They don't want to split their pay. They may be totally comfortable with where they're at, or content in how much they're making, and that's totally their prerogative. And sometimes they're not going to be the right fit, and sometimes it's much easier to let that square go versus trying to make that square fit into a circle, because you're going to have more headache. And what will happen is, they may settle for a job at that rate, But then if they ever do another job, or if you ever call them to do another job, then they're going to be like, well, I can't do it for this amount, but I'll do it for this amount. And then you'll be in like this back and forth, like, hold on, hold on. This is my company. I set the prices. What you doing? Right? Stay in your lane, stay in your place. So sometimes it's like you just may not want to force it. But there are people out there that will work with contractors. Okay. You just have to just find the right ones. Good night, Smokey Steve. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, some really good questions. My wife literally takes all the calls for the bookings while I'm at my 9 to 5. Couldn't do. Oh, I love that. Shout out to wifey. Look, getting a good wife on your hand, I'm telling you, it's like a game changer. If you send me If I send you my business name and you look over it for me, if that's okay, I would love your feedback. Yes, send me an email. I'll drop it in the. If my Zoom was working, I normally do this on Zoom on our Tuesday night calls. So for those that's not that's not a part of the academy, we meet up on Tuesdays. Our schedule is going to be changing a little bit going forward. So it won't be every Tuesday. But I do like live audits. So people will send me their websites, their Instagram, not Instagram, why I'm saying Instagram, their lead gen platforms. I'll look on the back end, look at your all your things, and I would actually give live advice on those audits as well. So can I do a pop-up shop and recruit people? I mean, yeah, you can be as creative as possible. Now, the only thing about doing that is like where you're doing it at, because you want to make sure that you're in a spot to where the people's going to be at, right? Like you may get some people that's interested, but when I hire cleaners, like I want them to have cleaning experience, like a minimum of 2 years of cleaning experience, and residential, because that matters. Like not hotel, not Airbnb, like not commercial. If I'm focusing on building a residential cleaning company, I need them to have actual residential cleaning experience, because there's a difference between cleaning at one time 4 bedroom, 3 bath house, deep clean from top to bottom, 2,800 square feet house, right? Baseboards, window sills, door frames, all the things, then just cleaning a 300 square feet suite, right? If y'all go in them hotels, they don't always be all clean. You see them water spots, like, what y'all doing? Right? So if you do the pop-up, you just want to make sure that that you're in the right space to where the people are going to be at. And you guys, I just dropped the link again also to the birthday deal, which will allow you guys to be able to get inside of the CO Cleaning Academy, either with the $97 monthly membership option, which is going to be going away as of October 1st. It'll be no more in existence as of October 31st. I'm sorry, October 1st. Look at me. As of October 1st. And then, or you can get in as a lifetime. Okay. Lifetime access for only $597. And Lady B just asked, will you get the VA training? Yes. So for those that weren't on live, I mentioned that I'm currently doing a VA training course as well. So when you guys get in now, before October 1st, you will also get access to the course, the 2.0 course that's coming out, and the VA course that's coming out. So both, okay? In October, they will be separated, okay? And then also for those, let me just drop this as two, because I sent emails out to other to our members. But for those that are interested in getting VA services, okay. Now, getting a VA, like, is such great benefits. I remember when I first time got my first VA. Well, it took me a couple of times to find the right one. I'm not gonna even lie. It was a definitely hit and miss, kind of like with hiring cleaners. But when I found the right one, though, oh my gosh, she was a lifesaver. Who I was so grateful for her little heart. Jesus. And then when I started my company, I brought her back on to do some training and to do some live shadow. She had retired. She's like, Jasmine, I can't do this no more. And then I brought her back in to do some training with our current VAs that we had at that time. But for those that are wanting to get it to hire a VA company, Vision VAs, which is my VA company, we run and manage residential cleaning companies the exact same way how I teach it in the academy. All of the VAs are already trained on every aspect on how to run and manage a cleaning company, as taught in the CEO Cleaning Academy. But if you guys are wanting to join there, I'm also doing some repricing structuring changes as of October 1st as well. So if you guys, have any questions about that, definitely feel free to reach out. I'll drop a link. I know, like, you're like, well, dang, Dad, that's like 6 days away. It is. But if you are interested or you've been looking for a VA for your cleaning company, definitely feel free to reach out. We do currently have VAs available to take on new clients. But you would have to sign up before the 1st of October because the pricing structure will change. Yeah. But like I was gonna say, is like the VA services are good when you're hiring a separate VA, right? The only thing is like they may be completely raw. So you may have to like train them on everything, right? Like they will hopefully have some good general admin experience, right? Well, they'll know how to have good customer service and know how to handle irate situations and know how to like talk a crazy customer down, right? And do follow, like they'll have like those basic skill sets. But then everything else you'll have to train them on, which is not a problem because you can train them on everything how you want your company to be ran. But what I noticed the problem comes is if you don't know it, right? When I was first starting off and doing done for you services, so like cleaning business in a box, and I would build out not everybody's, but I would build out their cleaning company for them, it would come with a trained VA already, right? Like just general understanding of the company, of the business, what needs to be ran, day-to-day operations, et cetera, right? But what was happening, like they would call and they'd be like, I need another VA because I had to let her go. And I'm like, why? What happened? Like that, she was good. Like that girl was dope. And she just wasn't doing the things. I was like, well, what were you telling her to do? She was like, I was just telling her to do what you told her to do. And we have to understand that you guys, VAs, they're not entrepreneurs. They are the ideal W-2. Like you give them the task to do and they'll do that. But if you don't tell them what to do, when to do it, how to do it, right? Then they won't learn to know to do it to get to that self-starter level. They can be a self-starter, right? That's the ideal person you're looking for. But they may not know what I'm self-starting on what. Like, what am I self-starting on? Like, you want me to call them? You want me to follow up? You need me to send a bill? You need me to do what am I self-starting on? So you have to train them from ground up. So I just noticed that there was a disconnect with when I was doing those done for you business in a box packages to where they didn't know what to train them on. So then I was like, okay, that's when I started the VA company. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring old girl back because she was good. And I will manage her and we will hold her accountable and we will set her tasks and have her to do all the things. And then you just, pay for the services and we'll make sure the business is straight. Okay. So that's the difference of having like working for or signing up like for a VA with a company versus, hiring a VA on your own. But the course will be able to teach you how to train them. You know what I mean? Which is awesome because in the original course right now, that training is not really in there. What will the course membership look like after October 1st? So after October 1st, the courses, like I mentioned, is going to be much different. It's going to have much more details in the course. Let me see if I could. I don't know how to do a share screen on here. I don't know how to explain it. It's just super much more detailed and step by step. In the previous course, I feel like there was some gaps that were missing out, and not say gaps were like things that you wouldn't know because whatever wasn't said in step by step is fulfilled in the resources and in the library, but I wanted the actual course itself to be like step by step by step by step, and then to break up the videos. So some of the training videos are a little bit long, with a lot of information, and I was noticing that it was hard for people to digest that information, take heed, and actually do the things, and then kind of remember what it was being asked for them or being suggested or told to them to do in those training videos. So I'm breaking those training videos up into like actual like one topic. So like if we're talking onboarding, we're going to talk about interviewing in one. Then we're going to talk about insurance. We're going to talk about, background. So we're just breaking down those videos and steps and making it much more digestible. And then, like I said, the VA training course is coming with that. And then also we are adding on Google My Business training. So once a month, we will have a live Google My Business training. We had our first training on last Tuesday, and Steve was so good. And I'm like, Steve, I have to have you back. I have to have you part of the academy because we need this training. Like we so need this training because I didn't even know it at all. And I'm definitely not the one to be like, I know everything, because I don't. And so he's going to be a huge asset to our company, and he's going to be doing live Google My Business training step by step. So like the last training he did was so good. The next training he's going to even break that down and go step by step and teaching people how to optimize that. And yeah, I'm excited about it because I need to learn how to do it. So I'm like trying to like follow all the steps so that way we can do it for my cleaning company too. What if I just wanted to start recruiting people only from outside of the US? How do I go about that? So are you saying for VAs? Like you can do that. Like all of our VAs are from either the Caribbean, South America, or the Philippines. So you can totally do that. Like I said, you just have to know what to train them on, like what to actually have them do, right? And just have a good training system so that way they'll know what to do. So yeah. But yeah, no, most VAs, because of the pay difference, right? You're able to get a really good VA. Now, VAs have changed because like now they're more aware. They're like, hold on. I know my worth, right? So VA's prices has increased some over the year, but you're able to find a really good VA at a definitely much better rate than you would be able to here in the States, which is sad. But unfortunately, in order for our businesses to grow, we want our businesses to grow and be able to build our company like it needs to be built. And we may not have like these big $1 billion budgets, but even these big $1 billion companies, they have whole giant, VA companies out there working with overseas as well. So if they gonna do it, why can't we do it? Will the members of the CEO Clean Academy have access? Yes. Yes. Anybody that is currently in the academy or anybody that signs up before October 1st will have access to the VA training course. Okay. Let me take one last question. I done went over my time. I'm at 9:15. I get so caught up in the questions. Can you get kicked out of the cat? Can you get kicked out? Oh no, love. I mean, let me not say that because I'm not gonna allow no foolishness. But I mean, as long as like there's no foolishness or nothing caused for that, then no. Like there would be nothing that would force me to have to remove somebody from the academy unless, like I said, there was some foolishness. But like I said, if you join in at the monthly membership rate, as long as you maintain active membership, then you're in it, right? And if you want to get in the lifetime access for $597, that includes the VA and the cleaning academy, then you would get lifetime access. Now, still though, if you act a little foolish, I still may have to remove you. But like I said, as long as nothing crazy happens like that. Yes. Yes. If you guys are, It's so funny. Like I was like going through this. If you guys see, I'd be trying to tell you guys and always look at your email messages because I had a super awesome promo for current members. If current members wanted to switch to lifetime, I was offering a free 45-minute one-on-one session. I can't see a name on the Facebook user that just mentioned that, but if you want to join for lifetime, you may, and then I will still also offer you the free 45-minute one-on-one session with me. So just send me a message because I can't see the name. I can't see like who it just says Facebook user. And then for anybody else, I guess I done said it out loud, so I may have to make another post because I wanted to offer this option as well to the current members. If they did want to switch to lifetime, you totally can. And I'm giving away a free one-on-one 45-minute session with myself, strategy session for your business. So for anybody that's current members, you guys go ahead. Oh, hey, Yolanda. We had our session, but I know you didn't get a chance to answer. Well, you had won your session. I know you didn't get a chance to answer some other questions. So this could be your opportunity to ask some other questions that you was wanting to ask. And then we can chat when you're not at dinner. That's funny. But okay, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I love you guys. I pray you guys have an awesome evening. This has been really, really good. I'm excited for you guys. I see emails coming in. I see people booking and people signing up. Look, I don't know how many is left, but I know when I started this call for lifetime membership access, there's only 17 spots left at that rate. Okay. So we've been on here about 2 hours hanging tough. For the folks that's still on here, I don't know how long y'all been on, but when I started, there was only 17 spots left. So if you guys trying to get the lifetime access at only $5.97 for all the things, then sign up ASAP. And thank you so much, you guys, for the birthday wishes. I super, super appreciate it. Every person that emailed me happy birthday, I emailed all of you guys back because I just appreciate you guys taking the time out to do that because look, I understand life be life and life be keeping people busy. So for you to take the time out to do that, I super, super appreciate it. But I hope you guys have a good evening and I will see you guys all later. If you guys have more questions, feel free to drop them in the group. Send me a DM, send me a message, email, comment on this video, all the things, all members that were currently on here that was like, yo, Jazz, what took so long? I'm sorry. I don't know. Zoom was tripping and I couldn't get on, but it'll be fixed by next week. Okay. But I'll see you guys later.